this is not your first rodeo. You had a few other rodeos before that. What is different, though, this time with Clew compared to the previous companies?
I think, I was born in this part of my life in the technology, selling, technology. And, I remember that, I raised a lot of money in the Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area, which is more of technology savvy kind of market. Here you're not talking with Silicon Valley guys, we're talking with the Boston guys, which are totally different. Those are not the guys which are wearing shorts and sandals and jeans. Those are the ones with the suit, with the tie. And it's very traditional business. It's longer, it's taking a lot of time. And the difference here, they don't really care about technology. Buzzword around, guys, we have a deep learning model or we have machine learning that can predict. This is basically a very nice buzzword. But show me how this model will help me as a medical doctor to do my job better. Don't wave your hands with, performance and models and AUCs and PPV. I mean, those are very, very nice names. But I don't care about, numbers. I care about how can I deal with the patient much better. Or, the business side of the equation, because by the end of the day, the ones which are signed the check is the CFO. The CFO is going to go and it's coming and ask us every time, show me the money. I mean, deliver better care is important. But with the same wording is, guys, I'm looking for a technology that either will help me to save cost or will generate more revenue for me. Because as we said, I mean, institutions in the US are P&L organization. They are not, it's not Europe, it's not Israel, which you have, the Ministry of Health is covering everything. This is a business for them. So it's taking longer, and the idea is really using a different language, and the language is efficiency from one hand, deliver better care in the other hand.
You do not come from the medical industry, your background.
Correct.
And you started a company in the medical industry. What were the challenges for you as a founder being from an industry which you essentially don't know anything about?
So I think the challenges was basically in different kind of areas. The first area was really to try to understand how those guys are talking about. When they're coming and said, guys, let's modeling sepsis, which is the number one killer in ICUs today, or acute kidney injury, or respiratory failures. What does it mean? And we have done pretty much from day first, and we still have it, what we're calling a Clew University, which every second or third week you have a training which is one of the medical doctors coming and working tech and target basically one organ, one area that is coming and share with the technologist here. What does it mean? What does it mean to have acute kidney injury? What is going on inside? And it's kind of fascinating, kind of really to try to understand in a very high level, by the way. We don't have the time for running, the employees here to a medical school. It's usually a 2-hour session. It's kind of amazing to see how complex our human body is and how smart it is. And so for me, it was always we're not selling boxes, we're not selling, movies, we're selling, stuff that need to save lives. For me, it was always like every other employee, and this is my expectation, is to understand, what is the subject matter here? And this is why when we started this company, I said that every single employees that were starting to work here need to do at least 2 shifts in the ICU at least, one during the night, one during the day, in order to understand. I done it, when we started the company. I spent nights, overnights and days in the ICU, just, chasing after the doctor, and I really try to understand, what they're doing, how they're thinking. And it was kind of fascinating to see that when you're coming to the ICU and you have a lot of beeps and you have what is calling the alarm fatigue area, how they're not mixed, what they're looking for. When you have a major event or urgent event, what they're looking for. They're looking at the monitor first, the patient second, the EMR. It was really to try to understand the way that they're looking in the problem and how they're basically divided the issue into, subset, and what they're testing first, what is after, and what is the checklist. And they don't have a checklist. They have what is called intuition. So part of what we're doing here is taking those intuition and model that. So you'll have a mathematical model that will be the representation of this intuition, which is very important.
So essentially what you're saying, there's just no way around getting your hands dirty, learning the area, the industry.
At least it didn't work for me. Many others, started the companies, they're doing, hocus pocus kind of things, and, a couple of years after the company is acquired or IPO. In my case, it's a lot of hard work. And you can't do anything if you're not really understand what you're dealing with. And it's a lot of frustration because our discussions internally here is in a different kind of language. Those medical doctors are talking in a totally different language. They don't understand, what we're saying. And it was like the mix between the clinical side and the technology side is the one which are making this company very, very successful and very unique.